guys, so today I'm going to be doing a review on my car aftermarket stereo, and it's the Pioneer FH-X721BT. So yeah, so let's get started with the cost. So this cost me $180 at Canadian Tire, and that's Canadian dollars obviously, and it costs I guess between $150 to $200 usually. So for that you get obviously the stereo and all the cables to hook it up and a manual, and then you get this remote control, and then the microphone, which is up here, and at least that's where they installed it. Microphone right there. So yeah, and then if you want to install it for labor, it's probably going to be an extra $200 or $300. So I guess we'll just find out, is it worth it, and I'll share the features and opinions that I have of it. So first of all, for the design, I think it's really good looking. It has like a nice coolness factor, looks trendy. It might not look the best if it's in a luxurious car such as a Lexus or a Mercedes, where something like a touchscreen option might work better for the interior. But for a car like this, I think it works perfectly. And also, if you're looking for something with like a touchscreen or backup camera, this is not for you. Like, it doesn't compete with those. This is just for a different audience. And everyone who comes in here gets compliments. One of the good things with the design is this button here kind of has like the menu and controls pretty much everything, other than like the source and changing music. But so with one thing here you can control a lot of things, so that's a nice part of the design. But the other thing with that is that the control layout is kind of all over the place. Like, for example, to turn it off you have to press the source button, and the play and pause button is just randomly here, like kind of hidden away. So everything's kind of a little bit all over the place. And then also the microphone is not built into the thing, obviously. It's included externally, so that's kind of shitty. You have to install it yourself, and it's wired as well. And then another downside to the design, although this doesn't affect me, I know that lots of people say that the lighting is too bright, even at night. And it does come with dimming features, but that's people say it's still distracting at night. But again, that doesn't affect me, but it's something to consider. And another thing I found is that during the day, if you're in sunlight, it kind of it's really hard to see the stereo in the sun. But it's not, again, that's not too big of a deal. So for the features, basically there's a dimmer, 10 level brightness, and 210,000 possible colors to choose from. And so if I show you here, there's many different options. If we go to illumination, here's the dim setting, all sorts of different things. And then brightness, 10 different settings. And then if you go to color, you can change just the key. You can change the top there, and I just like to have it on scan, so it just scans through all the colors gradually, because I can't decide on a color. And then there's of course the USB option, auxiliary option, CD option if you're still a dinosaur. And the good thing about the Pioneer thing is this charges at 1 amp, and I know most of the other stereos are 0.5 amp, which is really slow, but this one charges pretty fast, so that's really nice. And then obviously there's the Bluetooth, and if you're connected to the Bluetooth, you can play music from your phone, from any app like music, YouTube. Anything will also play through the system, such as Google Maps or Siri. And while in Bluetooth mode, let's see it here. So while in Bluetooth mode, you can go to all your missed calls and everything like that. You can go to your phone book and search, and you can go to the preset numbers, and there's 6 numbers that you can dial, like your kind of top 6 numbers. So that's pretty cool. And then it also supports Android Music and Pandora mode, but I don't use those features, so I'm not going to talk about those. And then in Bluetooth, you can connect 2 phones at once. It's easy to connect them. This is great for having someone else in your car that wants to play their music as well through the Bluetooth. And then for the music, there's a ton of features to choose from. So again, I'll go show you some of those. So there's 4 different loudness levels, and then you can change your subs, the bass boost, EQ settings, custom, vocal, natural, powerful, super bass, that kind of thing. So that's pretty sweet. And they all work well. They all actually do something. They're not just for show. Like, for example, every setting is actually quite different. And then the radio has 18 FM and 6 AM presets, and the songs and artists will show up on the screen. And the last feature is called Mix Track. So this is where your tracks are joined together and play non-stop. And there's like club style lighting, where the lights kind of pulse to the beat of the music, and you get added transitions on the screen. It's pretty useless in my opinion. I don't really use it, but it is there. And yep. So that's all the features. Lots of nice features for the radio. And then for the quality, the radio feels very sturdy. All the buttons feel nice to press. Doesn't feel cheap. And also they advertise this as an anti-dust design, and that seems to work well. I've never seen dust on the whole thing on the unit since I bought it about 5 months ago. Never had to swipe or clear anything. Like even here, it's kind of getting dusty. But this unit does not get dusty, so that's pretty sweet. And then the call quality is also very good. They have a wideband speech hands-free profile, 1.6, so this is increased frequency, and so the calls sound fantastic, and they basically sound as good as like the radio. And so when I call someone, they can hear me loud and clear, and I can hear them just the same. Same with the audio, all your music, whether you're using Bluetooth or USB, it sounds the same to me. And again, this is not adding any extra speakers or anything, just the headset makes your music sound makes a huge difference in the way your music sounds. But one thing is you will have to tune the music like through all those settings in the audio settings to adjust to how you want to hear your stuff. So yeah, it might not be, the stock sound might not be for everyone. You might have to adjust it depending on what you like. And one other thing is that the radio connection seems a little bit weaker than the stock system. Okay, so to recap everything, for the pros, the design is great. I think it's one of the best looking double DINs out there. The features are all great, works really well. Bluetooth and USB works great. Sound and call quality is excellent. There's many audio options, and it charges your phone very fast. And you can tune your music as well to a bunch of different levels. And then the cons are the external microphone has to be connected. The colors and brightness can be too bright at night and hard to see during sunlight, and the button layout is a bit sketchy. And overall, I think this is a great stereo. I would recommend it to anyone. It fits anyone's needs, has a bunch of useful features, and it's really visually appealing. So if you're looking for just a basic double-DIN stereo with no touchscreen or nav or anything like that, then this is, I would recommend this to anyone. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.